You're still watching the morning call here on Africanews. Now, Tunisia is set to hold a confidence vote on a new government on February 26 after more than 4 months of political wrangling since elections. The parliament announced a date for the vote on the Prime Minister's government after the premier unveiled a revised cabinet lineup late on Wednesday. The announcement of the new lineup and the setting of a date for the confidence vote follows a power struggle between the president and the party Ennahda, Bridget.
The Ennahda party, which had earlier rejected a first list presented on Saturday night, said in a press release that it would participate in and support this government, a support that paves the way for the approval of this government by Parliament in the coming days. The new government must obtain 109 votes out of 217. After the failure of the first government in January, a new rejection could lead to a dissolution of the assembly elected 4 months ago and early elections. Aram Belhadj is an economist and now joins us from Tunisian capital Tunis to discuss this. Good morning and thanks for being with us. With the support Ennahda has promised the new Prime Minister, Tunisia could finally have its first government of the Kais Saied era. This is rather good news for the economy, is it not?
Mais bien sûr, après un long marathon de constitution du nouveau
gouvernement. After a long marathon of forming the new government and after the unblocking of the situation, if I may say so, Tunisia is going to have a new government whose Prime Minister is Elyes Fakhfakh, with ministers, most of whom I could say are confirmed experts. So it gives hope to Tunisia and Tunisians, especially within a difficult economic context where growth is more or less weak, unemployment continues to be rife, and debt is also very high. So I think that this is indeed a time to be optimistic with the formation of this new government.
So, Mr. Belhadj, what is the state of the economy after these 4 months without a government?
It's true that the situation is still difficult with a few indicators which are not good, honestly. But there is nevertheless some progress. There are still some achievements. There are nonetheless some improvements which have been made, especially in recent periods, with a slight decrease in inflation, an improvement in foreign exchange reserves, a small appreciation of the national currency, an improvement in tourism receipts, and good performances, if I may say so, in agriculture. And then there is also the improvements in prospects by Moody's rating agency, which recently rated the country. So in any case, there are things that make us a little optimistic with the arrival of this new government. So what are the main challenges awaiting the new government?
I
think that the main challenges will, of course, be to continue stabilizing the economy, to ensure that we really support the structural reforms which Tunisia needs. When we talk about reforms, we are talking about public enterprises in particular. We're talking about taxation. We're equally talking about subsidy issues and, above all, the fight against corruption and the informal economy. Plus, the challenge is how to boost investment. So we really need a policy to boost investment, perhaps through an emergency economic law or through the operationalization of public-private partnerships. And, of course, the business climate, which should be improved more and more in Tunisia. Well, it is hoped that Tunisia will finally be able to establish a government that is indispensable for taking the country's destiny into its hands. Thank you so much, Belhadj, for talking to us this morning. Belhadj Aram is an economist talking to us from Tunis.